gets charged, Kate?
That's another great question.
From the Gettysburg Museum of History Studios, high atop Baltimore Street, in a maximum security facility complete with central air, it's AG Today.
Hello, folks. It's Patrick Gorman.
Hi, this is Jake Busey.
Hi, this is Bruce Boxleitner.
This is Tom Vera from A Gettysburg Christmas.
Hi, this is Bo Brinkman.
And you're listening to Addressing Gettysburg. I'm glad you're listening. Thank you.
There's a devil to pay.
Did you say Ed Lincoln?
Good night, everybody.
Bonfire!
You're listening to
Addressing Gettysburg Today.
I love this podcast.
Oh, exactly!
Ain't nobody got time for that.
As I recall it,
I have a hard time with names sometimes. Bonfire. Kathy.
If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's not a chicken.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Addressing Gettysburg Today. What is today? Thursday. It's the 5th of October. The 5th of October. Who would have thought we'd make it to October? You know?
Kidding.
Right? I mean, God. But this year has gone by rapidly, Ronnie Ronstadt.
It has, yeah, it really has.
I mean, and it's been quite a year of transition. We moved the studio, right? But before we moved the studio, we at the old studio, the power blew. A lot of people.
This year, then?
That was over the winter. Yeah, a lot of people think it was because remember. It was the episode where you gave me a hard time about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And then the next week it was going to be my rebuttal. I had witnesses lined up, and then power goes out. Yeah. And people think that you sabotaged it. But I said, no, we found evidence of a mouse. So unless Veronica put a mouse in there and said, do your magic, you know, I don't think that's what...
Sacrifice yourself for the cause.
Yeah. Somehow I don't think so.
Right. I don't either. So then we moved here. And then we didn't do shows for like 2 months. If I did do a show, it was like a regular history show, and we did them out on the battlefield. But you know, it took me a while to get this going and got it to get all set up and everything like that.
Well, we did some shows with the batteries. I remember you plowed through batteries, but that was...
But those were That's What She Said shows. Those weren't AG Today.
Okay.
No, because we had no electricity for the computer.
Gotcha.
So we couldn't do AG Today. Or, you know, yeah. Wow. Yeah, so anything. And that was the other thing. Oh, what a pain that was, the batteries.
Yeah.
And because I had to go through so many batteries. I think I spent like $300 on batteries alone.
Good grief.
Because like one show, the batteries wouldn't last for one show. Like an hour and a half show wouldn't last. So I'd have to change the batteries mid-show, which has been a pain in the butt editing those shows because I got to, you know, make it sound seamless. But anyway, it's been a good year, a transitional year. Personally, I moved and everything like that. I'm still in the middle of doing that, but enjoying it so far. And I think I will continue to.
There was something that happened before you moved.
Well,
you found your better half.
I found my better half. That's right. And
more important part than moving.
This is a great point. I wouldn't be moving if I didn't find my better half.
Crucial point.
And
Cindy, you don't know what you're getting into, sis. I don't know what.
Oh, I thought you meant major. I thought you meant major. Yeah, I was gonna say and Cindy too. But yes, no, you're right. And major. I got major. It's a big year, a year of change, you know. Mm-hmm. And there's another change that we're going to talk about during the news. So you're going to have to stick around throughout the news and the whole show. But don't worry, we think we'll make you laugh, perhaps cry. Well, you'll definitely cry, but laugh as well. So how have you been, Ronnie? You haven't been around for a while?
Yeah, I was locked out. That happened.
You're never going to live that down, you
I know.
realize.
Now it's two things. If you'll recall, folks, a few weeks ago, we did the show. We started it late. We did the show, and Veronica wasn't here, and I said, I screwed up. We didn't hear the thing and everything like that. And I went and got a doorbell the next day and installed it so that never happens again. To anyone, because you're not the first person it happened to.
That's the problem. That's the problem. I was waiting for you to say that, but
Yeah.
that's the problem. It wasn't the first time.
No,
so,
I know. We just, well, it was me, you, and Cindy that were up here,
Yeah.
and we had music going, and we were talking, and I go, it's got to be close to 5:15 by now, and I look at my phone, and it was 5:30, and I was like, holy shit. And then I saw missed calls from Veronica and text messages from Veronica. You son of a bitch!
No.
I hate you. I'm never talking to you.
No.
No, it was basically like,
No,
okay, I'm
I
leaving.
don't even think I texted. I
No, you did.
called. I called like 3 different times. And I was knocking in between. I was stood outside for like 12 minutes in the alleyway. I'm like, you know what? This is stupid.
this.
Like pretty
Yeah.
much, yes.
Yeah.
So.
And then
Anyway.
I called her after I saw that, and I begged, I pleaded. She's like, "No, F you. I'm at Montezuma's." Where did you go to dinner that night?
Down to Emmitsburg.
The Carriage House? Oh, the Odd House.
Yeah.
How is that?
like?
We
I've
like
never
it.
been to the
Yeah, we like it.
Yeah, I've never been there.
Super reasonable.
Yeah.
Good big
Meaning
salads.
they don't argue with you when you order?
Yeah. Right. No, like the prices are ridiculously cheap for around
Really?
this area. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's a nice place, isn't it?
It's neat. Yeah. It's been around for a long time. I don't know what I don't know exactly the history of that building, but it's right next to right near the firehouse. So they get a lot of guys like that go down to the national whatever response training and stuff like that, and like down in Emmitsburg and everything. But it's a neat place.
Have you been to the Carriage House?
We have. One time we stopped there now. Yeah.
I was there 12 years ago. I don't even remember what I had. Oh, no, I remember what I had. Steak Oscar.
Wow.
It was delicious.
We went for like a late lunch, so we had soup and salad, but it was good. It was good, but not as reasonably priced as the Odd House.
Oh, is it more expensive?
Significantly more.
What?
Yeah.
Significantly more?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, maybe I'll try that on a special occasion soon. How about you, Debbie? Now, last time you were in here, you told us about your harrowing tale coming back from Ren Fair. And you were just telling me before the show, I said, how's everything going with the car? Is it total? Tell us about this silly law that Pennsylvania has. And Veronica, you being a person of jurisprudence, please try to make heads or tails of this, because this doesn't make sense to me at all. Go ahead.
Right. So I was the first, week after the accident. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do, figure out insurance, all of that sort of thing. And tried to get back up to Harrisburg to get the last of like 1 or 2 items I had left in the car and sign it over to AAA. And that was on the Tuesday after the accident. So Saturday to Tuesday. And short version is they weren't very accommodating. I was neither able to get my stuff nor sign anything. By Thursday, I get a text from the person I co-owned the car with. And he says, well, I've been informed that they totaled. He tried calling the towing company. Found out from them that the insurance adjuster had been out, totaled the car, and promptly sold the car to a scrapper. And I was like, I still have the title?
Right.
I technically still own the car. Well, as it turns out, there is a Pennsylvania law that says that if a private towing company tows the car and the car is then totaled, they can sell it within 48 hours. They can. It has nothing to do with you.
So they can sell it out from under you. You have the title. It's your car. You don't sell it to them, and then they turn around and sell it.
Correct.
They tow it, and then you have to pay them to tow it too, right?
I did not, because what ended up happening was the scrap company they sold it to paid the fees and the storage. Paid the towing fees and the storage.
Okay.
So technically I didn't have to, but if they hadn't sold it to the scrapper, then yes, I would have had to.
What if you wanted to make a fountain out of it for your front yard? It's
Apparently,
yours.
I'm out of luck.
So what does that sound like to you, Veronica?
I kind of get that because a little bit. I didn't know about that law. I don't.
I didn't
that's
either.
Not the kind of area of law I practice, obviously, so I'm not super familiar with it. But it kind of makes a little bit of sense because if say not everybody drives with proper paperwork,
Right.
right, and now
Which she did, though.
I understand, but not everybody does.
Right, sure.
So accident happens, tow company comes, they've expended their services and their manpower to do a service, right, by towing the car. They now have physical possession. It's almost like collateral.
Okay.
That would be my argument, that and then if there is this law with 48 hours or whatever, that the way I would think of. I can't believe the legislature sat around and thought about this, but
I know.
But obviously they have. I mean, but I guess what I'm saying is I can understand it because then the scrapyard gets their compensation, and I would argue that they wouldn't be able to charge you then for the services because they got their compensation by the collateral that they then.
But so wait, now what's the 48? I missed that detail. What's the 48 hours thing?
So the private towing company can then sell the car within 48 hours.
After it's towed. After it's
but
after
now
it's towed.
After it's towed, and do they
totaled? Totaled. It would have to be.
I think it would have to be after totaled.
Yeah,
right.
You
Okay.
can sit up.
So it's right because you have no use for it anymore.
Right.
Right. So, but do they say to you, like, is there anything you can do before those 48 hours? Do they say, hey, if you don't do X, Y, or Z in 48 hours, we can sell this?
Nope. I was never told that.
So you found out after the fact.
After the fact, after it was already gone. And in fact, hours after my friend texted me, he then said, it's already up on that company's website to be sold.
Wow. So, okay. Now I can understand, like you're saying, like if, let's say you didn't have insurance, right? You had this car, you have the title and everything, but you didn't have insurance. You got in an accident. Driving without insurance is illegal.
Right.
Right. Okay. Then I can see, okay, well, now we're thinking maybe does insurance pay the tow company or do you have to pay them typically? I don't know.
If insurance pays out, then they typically pay the fees.
To the towing company.
Towing company, yeah.
So then if you don't have insurance, the towing company can, I would say, reasonably conclude that they're not going to get any money out of you.
Yeah.
Because either personally or through your insurance company. So now it's mine. I've done this work. It's totaled anyway. I'm going to turn around and sell it.
From that angle, I can understand.
So can I. But just that, like.
You feel. Violated is not the right word for that, but like cheated.
Yeah,
is how I felt.
Like you're inconsequential. Like you have no, it doesn't matter. Like you paid for the thing.
Anybody could take my stuff at any time. Kind of a feeling.
Right. Like you really.
And I don't get a say in it.
And you didn't lease this car. You owned this car.
Yep.
So you had a co-owner. You said.
Yes.
So you and that person got screwed. I mean, what were you going to get for it anyway?
Yeah, I mean, how?
We essentially would have done the same thing as sold it to a scrapper.
Right.
And then you probably would have had that deducted from the total that you would have gotten for a replacement vehicle anyway. So I don't think anyone's getting screwed. I think it's just the
it just feels like that because we had absolutely no say in the matter.
Right.
So.
Like I guess what it is like it feels like it just violates the principle of ownership of anything. Like, that it doesn't matter that you own it. Mm-hmm. They're just going, oh, well, here's the thing. It's totaled. Well, now it's mine and screw you.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That just doesn't sit well with me. It does. I mean, even though you're right, Veronica, like at the end of the day, it's the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
But yeah, I don't know. Violated, Kevin says is the best word. Violated is the best word. Yeah. I mean, I guess it kind of does feel that way. A lot of people happy that you're back, Veronica.
Yeah.
Guess who's back?
I like that.
Back
A Team
again.
Ronnie shirt.
I know.
Team
I
Ronnie.
like that
Except I don't go by Ronnie in any other avenue of my life.
And this person, and Andy wrote Ronnie. Team Ronnie shirt. Yeah. Everybody loves Rice-A-Roni. Better read your policy, Debbie, Kevin says. My understanding says that once insurance company totals vehicles, they own the vehicle and you're going to be paid for it. Okay, so then, all right, so then I guess that's really what it is. It's it just seems strange because you didn't know that.
Yeah.
And that's often the case we find with these things is you just aren't aware of what the law is.
Yeah.
And then it happens and you're like, what? And your first reaction is to be like, what?
Yeah.
If the vehicle was totaled and they are paying out, then the vehicle is now legally theirs, David says. Okay, that makes sense.
The trick is they didn't pay out. We ended up withdrawing the claim. That's a whole nother ballgame of a story that I don't want to get into.
All right, we won't.
But essentially, the insurance company did nothing more than say it was totaled.
Yeah.
So that's another aspect of it that I'm like, well, then shouldn't we have...
Right. All right.
Like at this point, it's gone. It's out of my hair.
Right.
I don't have to pay any
What's
more
done is
fees.
done. You're
It's
not
like,
getting it back.
As annoying as it was and as weird as that was...
But the value of it, then, the argument is you should be entitled to whatever scrap. Because if you're not filing a claim, what's the insurance? The insurance company's not out anything at that point. And,
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
It's a whole mess that hopefully I will be done with soon. And we'll have my own card.
Well, best of luck to you on that.
Thank you.
Sorry to hear that. It is a pain in the butt when you have to deal with these things.
It is. And we all know insurance companies do everything they can not to pay you out. So,
Yes, of course.
yeah.
So your bruising and everything is okay?
Yeah, quite a bit of it is gone. There's only a couple of spots that, if I just happen to hit it in just the right spot, it still hurts. But it's mostly gone. It's stopped turning funny colors, and
Good.
it don't look like someone's been painting on me anymore.
Very good. Very good. Well, I'm glad that you're okay.
This is actually, as an aside, our book club leader, Steve Byers, was hit and run. Maybe
When?
not this past Monday, the Monday before. So the Monday before our last meeting, not yesterday's meeting, the meeting before that. He was on his way, I guess, to pick up his daughter Abby at school. And a guy I don't even understand. I saw pictures of it after the fact, and they totaled his vehicle too. So this is like three.
Oh my God! Yeah,
Lance,
you, and Steve.
Yeah.
All right.
And
all right.
he was luckily
No more of
sore
that.
and
New
stuff
rule:
too, but,
everybody walk from now on.
I think he was lucky. If I understood correctly, they at least got a description of whoever did it or whatever. But it was a legit
wow.
hit and run, and it totaled his vehicle. Airbags deployed and everything. Luckily, he was okay.
So it totaled his vehicle, but they were okay enough to get away.
I guess.
Wow.
And to add
sorry
to
to
it,
hear that,
I guess
Steve.
Abby's bus drove past, like right he had already apparently been out of the vehicle, but of course her daughter saw the vehicle and thought, oh my God, my dad's car, and so like
Poor
super
kiddo.
traumatic, but
Oh my God. Well, I'm sorry that happened, Steve. If you're listening.
yeah, man.
God, man. All right, everybody, just take it easy.
Yeah.
You understand? No more driving in the rain. No more falling asleep behind the wheel. And I don't know what you can do about a hit and run. That's not your fault. Well, I hope they find that person too.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Oh, I just wanted to.
Happier things.
Happier things. I wanted to point this out. She's been on the show before, but our friend Rebecca Foster made the front page of the Gettysburg Times there. Guitar music at the farmer's market. I saw that at the gas station the other day. Oh, that's Rebecca Foster. She's been on the show. Yeah. So I thought I'd just share that with everybody there. A little happy news. Didn't bother reading the rest of the paper. There might be something interesting there, but probably not. Nothing against the Times. I'm just saying there's not much going on. And okay, I got a question for everybody. Let's play a little game. You ready for a game, Ronnie?
Oh boy.
All right, we're going to go around the room. Colby, you're going to be last, okay? How often, Veronica, do you think about the Roman Empire?
Taylor just asked me this the other day.
All right, wait.
Who asked him this?
She asked me. Veronica never thinks about it. Okay. Debbie, how often do you think about the Roman Empire?
Maybe like once a month.
Okay, all right. Debbie, once a month. I'm going to write that down. Debbie.
I want to know your answer, Matt, before I give mine.
All right, I'll give it to you. That's why you're going last. Once a month. All right. And then Cindy.
Cindy, how often do you?
Do I think about it? Not very often.
But you do at some points?
If she's watching Gladiator, maybe.
She's not thinking about the Roman Empire at that point.
Now?
No, but what would you say? Like once every quarter, maybe?
Sure.
Couple times a year. Okay.
Sure.
So Cindy, couple times a year. I think about it daily.
Do you really?
I think about it daily.
What?
Why?
Because, they say history repeats itself, right? I'm not saying it doesn't really repeat itself, but it rhymes, as they say. That's really what it is, right?
That
It
makes
rhymes.
sense.
And I've just kind of been paying attention to what goes on in the world today and in our country and the last several years. And I just see a lot of parallels. And not just the Roman Empire. Think about many other crazy times in history. So, yeah. Now, Colby, what's your answer?
Almost never, man. I mean, I think
Almost
about it,
never.
Yeah, I think about it like very rarely. But like if I because I read Caesar's like Caesar's memoirs and stuff, and I'll sometimes will reference those.
Who am I surrounded by? What is going on?
How often do you read Caesar's memoirs?
Well, it's good for understand. I love historical accounts of warfare, and it's good at understanding the high strategic level of warfare from a basic level. Because when you're dealing with almost ancient combat, you take the distance out of it. The tactics are easier to visualize.
Yeah.
But
what does he say about his final visit to the Senate?
I don't know. I read the Gallic Wars, man. That's the
okay.
thing.
You didn't get that far.
But I almost never think of the Roman Empire.
What do you think about?
I think about freaking America. because it's the greatest nation in the history
Well,
of the
I'm not
world.
saying we're sitting here going, "Oh, I wish I was in
No,
the Roman Empire."
No, I honestly, because of what I do, though, like I'm always researching
So,
U.S.
yeah, okay.
military wars, so that's
Gotcha.
what I'm constantly thinking about.
Interesting. Okay.
And if I'm not thinking about that, I'm usually thinking about what chores I need to do.
Well, so the reason I ask is because this is a big thing on, I think it started on TikTok, where
is.
women were going around with the camera in their boyfriend's faces saying, Chad, how often do you think of the Roman Empire? And he'd be like, 3 or 4 times a week. And they'd be like, what? Really? Oh my God, who am I dating? And then, and then like another one would be like, Kyle, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? And he'd be like, like once a month. Oh my God, what are you doing with your time? And it's become this like sociological fascination that people have now. That the men, that surprising, I mean, these are young men. It's not just old men. It's young and old. I've seen like videos of people from all over the gamut, and they all say the same thing. It's like, because we're in it. We're in the end of the Roman Empire, and so it's like I'm thinking about it to prepare myself and us for, whatever shit comes down. Of course, it's all going to be different.
Yeah.
But like that's. And it's the weirdest. And then the women are like surprised because they're like, who sits and thinks about the Roman Empire? And when
crazy
Cindy asked me about it, she's like, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? I'm like, I don't know. What did I say? Every day? I think I said every day. And she's like, really? And I go, yeah, why? What's the... And then she told me about this, and I thought I was the only
How often
one.
do you think about like the civil rights era?
A couple times a month.
Oh, okay.
I think there's different periods of history that I think about.
Yeah, okay.
The Roman Empire, 1930s Germany, the Bolshevik Revolution, the lead up to the Civil
See,
War.
I think about 1930s Germany way more than the Roman Empire.
Yeah. Well, that's the other one. So Bolsheviks and 1930s Germany
Red
are the
shirts
other
and
things.
brown shirts.
And then I do think about the civil rights movement too. I think about a lot of these big things, these big changes in history and everything. But I don't know. I just thought it was interesting that, people... And I read an article on the Huffington Post today, I think it was, and it was a Roman historian, and she was like, she didn't get it. She really did not understand why men think about it, and it was kind of a put down to men, but I just thought it was an interesting thing, and a lot of people have been talking about it. So I was curious to see around this room because we're history people,
Right.
So I figured,
Also, are you on TikTok?
no.
How?
No, it was brought to my attention by Cindy.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
Cindy's on
I'm
TikTok.
never
She
on
does
TikTok
dances.
except for the podcast. Like we put American Fog of War stuff up, but I never surfing TikTok. But my wife,
She's on TikTok.
constantly is asking me these TikTok things. She just asked me this like a week ago, and since then she's been asking me to ask all my guy friends how often.
Did
they
you ask
think of
Tommy?
No, I haven't asked Tommy yet, because honestly, I'll tell her that I'll ask, and then I get to work and I stop thinking about the Roman Empire. The only reason I thought about it to begin with is because she asked me about it.
Right. I don't know. I think I'm going to call Tommy right now, and I'm going to see what he says. Let's see what he says.
I'm kind of curious
After
to
that,
see
call
if he
Tim
actually
Smith.
answers.
Call who? Tim Smith?
That would be a fun answer, I think, regardless of what he says.
Hello?
Hey, Tommy. It's Matt. We're doing a live stream now. Do you want to come on the air?
I got your number. What's up, dude?
Okay, how you doing, Tommy? So, Tommy, we're going around the room and we're asking this question, and I want to know your answer. How often do you think about the Roman Empire?
Once a month, easily.
Okay, why?
Why? Because, don't you lie awake at night and wonder things? So you break open your phone, stay awake for a few hours, and look up dumb shit?
Okay, so what does that mean? That you lie awake and you say, "Let me look up the Roman Empire," or did you stumble upon these videos of women asking their boyfriends this question?
No, this is I've since seen that online, but probably Colby asked me this about like 2 months ago.
Maybe I did ask him. I forgot.
Yeah, we were in the studio, and he asked me the question, and once a month, and then I saw it kind of trending online, and I thought, wow, that's kind of weird that I responded so quickly to that. Before I saw it, aware of things, but I don't know. It's just something. I don't know. I just check on it every once in a while just to see how it's going.
All right. No, it's just because Colby said that Taylor asked him the other day, and then she said, "Ask all your guy friends." And I said, "What did Tommy say?" And he's like, "I haven't asked him yet." I'm like, "I'm going to call him."
I forgot I had asked you.
Yeah.
Forgot.
Hey, Tommy, this is Veronica. Do you check on it like in the present tense how present tense how it's going?
Yeah, he just wants to make sure that
Still
he wants to make sure it's still there.
Roman Empire is still dead.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, as we move into the future, there's new discoveries. You could read an article from 10 years ago. You can read an article from today. You never know what you're going to find. Like,
I get what you're saying. I thought you were checking the news outlets.
I think more about the aqueducts and stuff than I do anything else. I honestly, if I think about the Roman Empire, it's typically in the sense of like the British Isles, like coming across these ancient, when they were discovering them, these like ancient things that they could not figure out how humans built them. Like what kind of giants built these structures that are just around us,
Well, no, so when I do think about or watch something about the Roman Empire, I'm more fascinated with their
empire.
Their what do you call it? Not mechanisms. What is the word I'm looking for? Just their infrastructure and their what'd you say, Tom?
What? I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's just my roommates. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. I think about, all that stuff, like you're saying, the aqueducts and everything, and the wars and everything, and just how they were able to, spread out like that. And, it is fascinating stuff, the empire. Yeah. And also the Egyptian Empire, or the Egypt, and Greeks, kind of.
Dude, I like that's where we differ. I like the Greeks. I think like ancient Greece and stuff. When you're talking about Thermopylae and
it's pronounced thermometer.
Oh, okay, all right.
I don't really know enough about the Greeks so I really the jury's out.
You got to read the Hot Gates. It's good.
The Hot Gates.
I mean,
I checked out 5 minutes ago. I'm not rich.
Sometimes I just look up certain quotes. I want to know what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Averell fought his men elegantly.
I don't think he's looking up that quote.
All right, no. So I thought it was a curious thing that I just wanted to kind of gauge all the people around here about and everything. So,
definitely.
All right, but Veronica, you're not interested in this. You don't find it fascinating that men and women think differently on these things.
Oh, we think differently about everything.
Well, that's
not news.
That's true. Yeah.
That's not news. That's true. TikTok didn't need to tell me that. No. That's
Now, Debbie, you said yes that you do, though. Sorry, Tom. Hold on 1 second. You said yes that you do. What do you think about when you think about it? And don't say men in togas.
Oh, Lord, no. No, usually I'm thinking of it, I'll catch it from an archaeological standpoint. My sister and I used to watch a show called Time Team.
Yeah.
And like half their episodes are Roman Empire based.
Yeah.
So usually if I'm thinking about the Roman Empire, it's in that kind of context.
So, but what spurs it on?
I don't know.
Just pops into your head?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Or I'll be surfing the internet and an article pops up or something like that, and in my news feed or something. So,
okay,
lying awake at night,
right?
Phone's right next to you, fully charged.
I get that. See, I'm with you on that one.
All right, so Tommy, what were you going to say when I cut you off there?
That's it. I just threw it in there.
Okay. All right, great. All right, Tommy, thank you for taking my call.
Of course, always, anytime.
Thank you. I'll talk to you later.
All right, see ya.
All right, bye-bye. Mike Lynch just pointed out that we don't have the phone lines up. You're correct, Mikey. I forgot to put those up. I'll put them up during the break, and we're going to go on the break right now. Coming back, very exciting things that we're going to share with you. So we're right back.
Aren't you glad you used Dial? We are too. We'll be right back.
Want the freshest cup of coffee in Gettysburg? Then visit Bantam Roasters, formerly 82 Cafe at 82 Steinway Avenue. They roast all of their coffee in-house, and they have a full coffee bar to keep you caffeinated during your trip. Visit them at www.raggededgerc.com for their menu and shipping options for all of their freshly roasted coffee. Use promo code Hancock for 10% off your order in the cafe.
Enjoy historical stories on the History Fix platform. Explore movies, short films, and documentaries. Addressing Gettysburg podcast fans receive an extra $5 off the first year's annual subscription. Sign up at historyfix.com and use promo code Gettysburg. Every subscription includes a 7-day risk-free trial. Escape into history with History Fix.
This episode of Addressing Gettysburg is brought to you in part by me, audiobook narrator Mike Scott. Narrator of Savis Beattie's Bloody Autumn, the Shenandoah Valley campaign of 1864, and Unlike Anything That Ever Floated, the Monitor and Virginia and the Battle of Hampton Roads. If you are an author or publisher interested in having your titles produced as audiobooks, or even just in learning more about the process, give me a shout. You can find my contact info on my website, MikeScottVoice.com. That's MikeScottVoice.com.
The 1863 civilians of Gettysburg were reluctant witnesses to the Great Battle. Join Ken Rich, the man in the red shirt, for his historic town walking tours. You could book these tours by emailing ken@gettysburgtownhistory.com. That's ken@gettysburgtownhistory.com. And when you're in town, look for the guy in the red shirt. And Civil War Trails. It's the world's largest open-air museum, and they offer over 1,300 sites across 6 states. Drive the Gettysburg campaign turn by turn, paddle to Frederick Douglass's birthplace, or hike to remote earthworks and artillery positions. Visit civilwartrails.org to request a brochure and explore their interactive map. Follow Civil War Trails and create some history of your own.
You're listening to the Addressing Gettysburg podcast with Matt Callery.
You're back with Cam's Idol.
That was years ago.
Here's Matt.
All right, I just was trying to set up the phone line.
Estella, I see your message here that you think about the Roman Empire when you're studying a book in the Bible.
Yeah, I should have thought of that too, because she's right.
Okay.
There are certain
There's one
ones,
called Romans.
Jesus Christ Superstar is all about like how Jesus got railroaded by. I mean, had Pontius Pilate only not washed his hands, we wouldn't. Yeah, it would be a totally different world here.
We would absolutely, totally different world.
Roman Empire sucks.
Yeah, it does.
It did for a lot of reasons.
I don't know. They're kind of cool too, though.
They're kind of cool too.
Mike, if you want to call in now, you can call. Anybody want to call in if you have thoughts about the Roman Empire or not, whatever. But I do want to introduce you to somebody here, if you don't mind. Debbie, if you don't mind. Paige. Paige, come on in here for a second. I want everybody to meet Paige because Paige is interesting. She's Cindy's daughter. She just went away to West Virginia University, WVU, the party school, the wild party school. And she's in for the weekend. Have a seat, put those on. You know how to speak, right? All right, good. All right, Paige,
Did you
hello.
know he was going to do this?
Yeah, I told her.
Oh, okay.
I gave her a warning.
Yeah.
Now, last night, Paige got in like late afternoon, right? And then after dinner, we decided to sit down and watch a movie. And a couple of nights ago, Cindy and I watched A Mighty Wind. With and it's one of those Christopher Guest movies, so they're not very popular unless you're aware of them, and but you might have heard some things like this.
I can't do my work.
Okay, or this.
Hey, what happened?
Or
I got a real red wagon.
Or this.
That's right.
Or this.
Hey, what happened?
Avril his men elegantly.
I don't think so.
You know, things like that. So there's a couple of other movies that he put out. There's Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show, and then not as good, called For Your Consideration. Waiting for Guffman's my favorite. So I said, let's try this one. Let's see. Okay. So we sit down and we watch it, right? And this girl is constantly on her phone. And what was wrong?
What was wrong with the movie?
Yeah.
The intro was like 30 minutes worth of random interviews with these random people.
Yeah, it's a mockumentary. You know what that means?
No.
It's a fake documentary. And have you seen a documentary before?
Yeah.
Okay, and then they sit and interview people, right?
Yeah.
Did you laugh once?
No. Not one time. I thought it was so boring. You're not supposed to introduce a movie like that. Who's going to have interest in that? I'd change it immediately.
He's got quite an audience, this guy, Christopher Guest. What? Have you heard of This Is Spinal Tap?
No.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. All right. So anyway, we didn't get very far into it, though. You didn't like it.
No, I went back upstairs.
Now yeah, right. And then you're on the phone with your boyfriend the whole time. Her boyfriend Chase is coming over on Sunday.
Mhm.
What's his favorite movie?
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. Now this kid I like. Okay.
From that day on, they carried my mother's groceries across the street out of respect.
Yeah. For as long as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. I know I'd go from rags to riches.
It's a great movie.
I don't know if those are the words. But anyway, we're going to watch that. And you're going to try to sit and watch it with us?
I'll try to pay attention to that one.
Do you like mafia movies? Have you ever seen a mafia movie? Do you know what the mafia is?
Yes, I know what the mafia is.
Do you know what Italians are?
Yes.
Okay. So, have you heard of New York and New Jersey?
The States?
Yes.
Yes, I've heard.
Okay, I'm just trying to see where we're starting from.
Okay.
All right, so I think you stand to enjoy Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Do you shy away from violence?
No.
Okay, good.
Good, because you're gonna have to like violence a little bit to like this movie.
A little bit. What are you looking up there, Ronnie?
Waiting for Guffman.
What is it?
Veronica looks like she's checked
She's
out
not
of this
interested
conversation.
either. Yeah. It's
Waiting for Guffman has great lines like this one here.
Dybbuk schmibbuk, I said more ham.
Or this one.
Levy.
I just hate you, and I hate your ass face.
Okay. Or this one.
it's just like
You're
what
the
did
only
you
one
make
that
me
laughed.
watch? You tried to make me watch
That
this.
scene is so great. You have to get to the end because they're putting on a play. Here's the premise. Okay. They're putting on a play. It's a town called Blaine, Missouri. It's a fake town. They're putting on a play about the town's history for its sesquicentennial. That's 150 years anniversary. Okay. And it's this local, community theater type of thing, which if you've ever known anybody who is in the community theater, when I was growing up, we had this friend and she was always, her and her parents were all involved in the community theater. And we'd go, to support our friend and watch them do their plays. And God, if they didn't take themselves so seriously, like they were on Broadway, right? But they were always, second rate, at best. That's the best one in the second rate. So, all right. So now all these people, these local people, the dentist, this husband and wife couple who think that they're, big actors and they do, acting exercises at home and all this other stuff. But the director and the writer is this guy named Corky St. Clair. And he's the guy who says this.
I just hate you, and I hate your ass face.
And he is, they're all dazzled by him because he comes from New York, Broadway. But he's really like off Broadway, right? Never could make it on Broadway. That's why he's in Blaine, Missouri. And he writes this play about the town's history, and they act it out, and it's terrible. And the music is terrible. No, the play is terrible. That's the whole point is
the movie. The movie is also terrible.
I mean, I'll give you this. If you're not into, intelligent humor, you probably wouldn't like it. Okay?
I'm intelligent.
Well, maybe not your humor. And also, if you don't watch enough documentaries, and if you haven't, if you've never, I think it's funny because I was around people who were in community theater, and so I know what they're like, or what they were back then. At least this was made in the '90s. Anyway, I don't know. I thought it was funny. It was a funny movie. Oh, look at this. Ms. Lisi, Corky
Did they
St.
ask
Clair.
your input as to what you wanted to watch? Or
Hell
did they
no.
just like sit down and you're watching this? She was
on her phone.
The only one. With the decision, sitting there with the remote scrolling.
Well, it was
through
either that
everything.
or you were going to watch 1923 with us, which would have been out of...
Why couldn't it just have been a normal movie?
Well, do you
like,
remember-
I'm an 18-year-old girl.
Yeah, Cindy.
There's only so much I
Cindy,
can watch.
didn't I say, what would you like to watch? And what did she say? Yeah.
There was no options given.
I said, what would you like to watch? You have... The world is your oyster.
Okay, but you
I would have
could've, like-
rented something if you wanted to
could've-
watch it.
You could have I don't know.
Not the
gave
Barbie
me
movie, though.
options.
I
No,
was just getting
wouldn't-
ready to say probably the Barbie movie.
No. Not watching the Barbie movie.
It would probably have been like...
What's your favorite movie? What's the funniest movie you've ever seen?
Oh, the funniest movie?
You don't laugh. That's the problem.
I do laugh.
What do you laugh at?
I don't know. I like shows. I'm not like a movie person.
Okay, what's your favorite
the
show?
dynamic has shifted from movies to
Yeah.
to long form.
You know what movie's good? It's not funny.
Okay.
But you know what movie's good?
Go ahead. This is radio, so you have to kind of speak.
Something like Darling. It's Hello, It's the new movie with Harry Styles.
Oh, I heard about that. Where
And
he,
the blonde girl. It's like the psychological
Good Night,
movie.
Darling, or what is it? Debbie, can you Google that, please? I'm on it. She's already Googled it. I know what you're talking about. I never saw it. Why is it good?
I don't know because it was so unexpected.
Is it like...
It's like so psychological. It's like...
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like
Oh, I like those movies.
they're in this world and like the world is like in their heads because it's like set up by this person that's like having it like be in their heads.
Right.
And so like your
Kind of like the Truman Show.
your body is like limp.
Or what's that one
Don't
with
worry,
Leonardo? Don't worry, darling.
Yeah.
What's the one with
Eternal
Leonardo
Eternal
DiCaprio?
Sunshine of the Spotless Mind with Jim Carrey.
Oh, Wolf on Wall.
No. Shutter Island. Is it like that?
That's not
Or
Leonardo.
Inception?
Shutter
Is it-
Island's,
Yes, it is.
Shutter Island's Leo.
No.
Yeah.
I'm saying, is it like that where it's like not really what we're seeing? In other words, it's imagined in the guy's head or something like that.
No. This is like we're seeing like what they're like. I mean, I guess so. They're seeing what they're set up into this like attachment where their eyes are like wide open and they're just like laying in the bed like unconscious.
Like a Clockwork
But, like,
Orange?
what we're seeing throughout the whole movie is like this like life that they're in, but it's like it looks like in the 1900s. Like it's kind of in the 1900s, like
Way back then.
like
Yeah,
the process
I
of it, like
understand,
the outfits and like I don't know, and then like she's going crazy.
A lot of people in the comment section saying you look like your mother. Paige is a OMG. Paige looks like a Cindy clone.
Did she type that?
No. That's somebody else. Who else? Let's see. Somebody else. She looks like her mama, said somebody else. Yeah, Best in Show. Now, you might like that. It's about doggies. The Six-Fingered Man. Thank you, Mike. The Six-Fingered Man from Princess Bride. You've seen Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Remember the Six-Fingered Man?
Yes, the guy with the sword with that accent.
No. That's Inigo Montoya.
Then who's the six-fingered man?
The guy he's
who
trying to
killed.
kill.
Yeah. Okay.
With the sixth finger.
Yeah.
That is the guy from that movie who played Corky and sang and said this.
I just hate you, and I hate your ass face.
I don't understand why you're hung up on that line. What am I like?
Because you have to see the movie. It's
Okay.
funny. It's also a ridiculous line. I hate you and I hate your ass face. What does that mean? You know, just threw it in there. I thought it would be good.
Okay.
Okay. So now forget about the movie thing.
Okay.
You go into West Virginia University,
Yeah.
WVU, big party school.
Big party
How many frat parties have you gone to?
How many weeks have I been there? It's
I don't know, like a month?
No. It's been longer than a month.
6 weeks?
It's probably been like 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
And?
I usually go to one every week.
Do you really?
Matt, you look like
Sometimes,
you
and then
missed
there's
out,
like,
dude. Like you missed out in college.
and then there's like some weeks that like I won't go,
Uh-huh.
but usually I'll end up at.
So when I said, please don't go to any fart parties,
I had already been to a lot.
I know you already had been to them, but I
Yeah.
was saying don't go to any more, and you just said, who's this guy? So forget him. Right? I'm gonna go to fart parties.
It was just kind of, yeah. It was
All right. You just wait for Christmas.
It was like, no, it was like, I don't know. That's like what people do. And like, I have a friend who's pledging for I only go to the one. I don't go to like any of the other ones. I only go to the one named Five
Tell us
Star.
about the guy who came up to you and you told him to go pound sand. Tell us about that story. I like that
Cam
story.
was on campus. Have you met Cam yet?
Yeah. No, she doesn't know Cam.
No, she would look different if she met Cam. There's a different look in your eye after you meet Cam.
Can I get you a drink? He doesn't. Can I get you a pop?
Oh, are we talking about the jeans and the shirtless guy with the cowboy hat?
Yes.
Okay.
Not Cam. No.
Oh, I was like,
that'd be a sight right there.
I lost 35 pounds. Yes. Good on him.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's gotten shirtless already.
Locked out for
So
1
tell
week
us
and the
about-
world turns on its head. I
Yeah,
don't know
right.
what is going on.
Why was the kid shirtless wearing a cowboy hat at a party? Was this indoors or outdoors?
It's an indoor-outdoor. Most of the people are outside, but
Of
like
course.
you can go inside.
Weather's still nice. Why was he wearing no shirt and a cowboy hat?
I really don't know. It
Was
wasn't-
anybody else doing that?
No.
What a loser.
It was just him.
And so he comes up to you and he's like, do you have like a southern accent or something?
No, he's just some regular kid.
Okay. I'm trying to paint a picture here for the audience.
Okay.
So he comes up to you
Yeah.
and he
I was
says,
standing like kind of by myself. I had my one friend with me, but she was like, I was texting Chase,
your boyfriend.
Yes.
Your beloved.
my beloved. Yes.
And so you're texting. So why even at this party if you're texting your boyfriend?
Because I went out with my friends. I was at my friend's
Who cares about
dorm before that.
Okay, and then they were going to the party.
Yeah.
So you go along. Now you're standing in the corner with your phone in your hand, and then he comes over to you and he says, "What?"
He goes, "Hi, I'm Julian."
Ugh.
And
His name is Julian.
Yeah, and I looked at him and I go, Paige.
Oh, you at least gave your name. Okay.
Yeah, and he was like, he's like, are you having fun?
Oh,
and I was like,
So he didn't think you were telling him to call somebody.
What?
Paige.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Who do you want me to page?
Veronica, you look like you want to just crawl out of your skin.
I didn't realize how old Matt was until this whole like show right now, the movie and this stuff. I'm like, what the hell is going on? He's an 80-year-old man right in front of my eyes. I don't know what's happening. Like,
what do you think of Lawrence Welk?
I didn't know what you were talking about with paging. I
And
was
the
like,
one, and the
call
two.
Who? I was like, who said call?
Okay, so go back to this. So you go Paige, and then he says what?
He goes, "Are you having fun?"
And you say?
I said, "Sure." And then he said, "Do you have a boyfriend?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "That's unfortunate." And I go, "No, not really."
Right.
And he goes, "You're too pretty to have a boyfriend." I go, "That doesn't even make sense."
It doesn't make sense.
That does not even make sense.
He is the worst. What?
I was laughing at Veronica's face.
Oh.
She just made a great what the heck face.
And then he came up to me again a little bit later on, and he said the same thing again. He was like, just as a friend. And then he was like,
Wait, you're too pretty to have a boyfriend
and
just
then
as
he
a
was-
friend?
Yes.
What is
And then he said, but you're too pretty to have a boyfriend, or no, but you're too pretty to just be a friend. That's what he said, and I go, I don't care. And then I walked away. Okay,
Good
went
girl.
back to texting Chase.
And so you didn't have to do what I taught you to do.
No.
What did I teach you to do?
Break the wrist, walk away?
No.
No, you kick them in the balls with your shin.
That's right.
with your shin? With your shin?
Nice,
the
good.
knee,
Because sometimes the knee doesn't always work. you know.
Yeah, so you just stick
She
your
can
leg
keep
straight up.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay,
Now,
okay.
of course, if he's too close, the knee is the only option.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but if you have it, if you can get away from him enough and then
There's just
kick
no
him in the
way
shin,
I would let
or
somebody
kick him-
get that close to me.
Great thing about kicking with the shin too, it's like a kick and scoop kind of motion.
It's a kick and
You really
scoop.
get the back end of it.
That's
Put
right.
him down for the count.
That's right. As you pull your leg out, your foot will tap him in the back of the balls. So, okay. So that's good. So you didn't have to do that. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
But my question is, though, like, why Why? What were you doing? Like, were you having any fun there? So Julian walks away. Probably. Did he have like one of those horse heads on a stick and he trotted away with his hat on? No.
No.
All right. So
I actually think he took his hat off at this point. I think it was just a shirtless boy with jeans on at this point. I don't think the hat existed anymore.
Wow. Wow.
Is he like an athlete for the school or something, or is
No.
he just some man?
Was he in good shape?
I don't know.
No. Was he in good shape?
Or was it just?
Was he like showing off? Was that why he was shirtless?
No, there wasn't really much to show off.
Okay, so
He was just shirtless for fun. It was like he got too hot and decided to take his shirt off in the middle of the party, but he was outside.
Was he sweaty?
We have friends, Victoria and Chris, and they have 3 kids, but one of them is Ella. She's like 13 years old, right? And they live not far from Gettysburg campus, and like the guys always have their shirts off, like soccer team, and they're running, like whatever. And Ella is she's still at a point in her life where she's like, what? Like, put your shirt on. Like, whatever. So, did you see real quickly? It's just funny to me. But Victoria took hers purposely to a car wash this last weekend.
Oh, at the college.
At the fraternity, and they all had their shirts off, right? And Ella's in the back seat, like, there's pictures of her. And she's and the
That's so funny.
I mean, it's just a regular fraternity. They're not all like football players or whatever. And so but it's just funny because all these guys are like standing around the soapy the windows, and Ella's in the back seat, like, and our friend Victoria's taking pictures. This is what I'm thinking of that. There's nothing to show off. Like, what is
right.
It's so gross. They're like full of themselves, and it's like, what are you?
Yeah,
what are
it's
you
not the
talking
same
about?
as like when the sororities used to do the car washes. Like women aren't the same way as men are. Like, men see a girl in a bikini holding a sign up saying, come get your car washed. We'll go and pay for $3,000 if that's what you're charging, right? But women don't drive down the street unless it's to, tease their daughter.
Unless
Yeah.
Veronica's looking for some young Marines.
Unless Veronica's looking for young Marines.
Be on guard,
Yeah, it's not the same thing. They were out on Washington Street, standing there with their signs and everything. I'm like, oh my god, it's not going to work, guys. I wonder if they made any money. Probably not. But all right, so so Julian leaves you alone.
Yeah.
And how long do you stay at this party after Julian leaves?
Probably like 30 minutes max.
And then do you go home with your friends, or do you just say, peace, I'm out of here, and you leave and go alone?
This night was actually funny. This night, I was with my one friend from high school, Owen, and then I was with a couple of other girls that I had met, like at West Virginia. And Morgan, my one friend that I met, she was telling me that they were going to Uber back to Seneca, which is her dorm. And like they were all going to go, and she asked me if I wanted to go, and I was like, yeah. So then all of a sudden I was looking down at my phone texting Chase. My phone's a big issue, it seems.
Yeah, because you're always on it.
You're not the only one, though. I think everybody that is 26 or younger, that's
true.
Big problem.
It's not just you.
I was I looked down and I was texting Chase, and then like I had looked back up, and the only person I saw was Owen. Everybody else was gone. And I looked at Owen and I was like, where did they go? And he was like, they left. I was like, what? He was like, they left. I was like, what do you mean they left? And so then I like walked out to the front and they were gone, nowhere to be found. So then I called my roommate and she didn't pick up. So then I was like, okay, well, Owen, you have to walk me back to Seneca. Like, you got to walk me back because I'm not walking alone. And there was just a crackhead.
Have your battle buddy.
There was just a crackhead outside of the frat house that Owen had to tell to leave. So I was like, I'm not walking alone.
Like a real crackhead, or
yes,
just a...
like he was asking people where the crack is.
What?
It's crazy. West Virginia is actually crazy.
Hey, don't go back to my state.
You haven't even met him yet.
Wait, we have somebody on the phone.
Hey, I don't like that girl talking about West Virginia that way.
Cameron, it's okay. Everything is okay.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't okay. West Virginia's a beautiful state and people there are great.
So what happens? We don't have crack. What?
Well, he was like, where can I smoke the crack? Where can I smoke the crack? And Owen was like, not here. You got to go.
That sounds like a Dave Chappelle skit. You know what I mean?
Just this random old man. He was just standing there in the dark. He was literally, you couldn't see his face. He was just like a dark shadow.
Old man, like how old would you say he is?
Younger than Matt?
At least as old as Matt. At least as old as you.
Older
like
than
my
you.
age, or like my grandfather's age, or father's age? Well, my
Crack
grandfather's
usually ages people, so
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Did he have teeth?
He was a dark shadow.
Oh, he's like
he was
lurking in the
dark.
shadows.
Yes, he was
Maybe he
in
was
the
the
dark.
ghost.
And all
that's
of a sudden,
creepy.
you just hear, "Where's the crack? Where can I smoke the crack?"
So you're just walking by and suddenly the shadow talks to you.
Yes.
Oh boy. And did you tell him where he can get the crack?
No. Then Owen walked over and told him to leave, and then he left. And then I was like, "Okay, well, you're walking me back." So then we walked back to Seneca. But then once we got back,
Now,
to
how far of a
Seneca-
walk are we
That's what I was
talking
gonna
here?
ask if you needed Uber.
It's probably like a 10, 15-minute walk.
Okay. Seneca is the dorm?
Yeah.
Okay. That's your dorm.
No, I'm in.
Don't say what?
Yeah, don't
Don't
say
say
it.
where
in a
you.
different dorm. She's
yeah,
in a different
she's
dorm.
in a different dorm.
Yeah.
But Seneca is the dorm that your friends were at. We don't care what happens to them. So your friends were at Seneca, and so that's where they were, and you were going there to be with them.
Yeah.
Okay. And Owen had to walk you back.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
But
what?
once I got to Seneca, at that point I wanted to go home, so I Ubered back.
So how far is Seneca from your dorm?
25 minutes. If I wanted to walk, it's like 25 to 30
How
minutes.
big is
It's
this
on the
college?
opposite-
It's the
there's
mountain.
2 different towns.
Oh my God.
I'm in one. My dorm's in one town, and then there's downtown where everything is, and I'm not there.
Sing it, Patul. Sing. I didn't realize that was that big. I mean,
it's
Have you
technically
not ever
3
been to Morgantown?
towns.
Wow.
They have Evansdale, Sunnyside, and downtown. But like Sunnyside is like it's technically in downtown. It's just
I didn't realize that.
yeah.
What? So, okay. You 25. Okay. So, all right. Another thing about school. Last night, your mom read there's a Facebook page apparently for students and parents, I guess.
Yeah.
And your mom read a post to me that some kid put up anonymously, and he said 4 out of 5 of his classes are online. And he's like, I didn't come here and pay all this money to sit in my apartment and teach myself stuff. What is that? Do you have online classes?
No.
Okay. So is that like, I think it was a sophomore, I think you said.
You have the choice.
You have the choice.
There's like they will tell you what class, like you pick your classes. So I guess that was kind of on him. You pick your classes, and you meet with your advisor, and they go over your classes with you, and you can change them if you want to change them.
Not only can you pick your classes, but you could pick your friends, you could pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
Unless they say you can.
What?
You know that she's gonna like leave the studio and be like, Mom, like Mom, for real. Mom,
Think twice, Mom. Haven't you
Mom,
thought
for real,
twice?
Mom, Cindy, Mom,
Really?
Cindy, Mom, like Mom, for real.
Seriously. Do I need to say anything, Mom?
How desperate are you? What is going on, Mom?
What do you say in this idiot? I say that to her. I go, Sind. What do you see? All right. Well, no, listen, so you're enjoying college or not? No, you're not.
No.
Do you not want to be
It's
there?
just like, no, I'd rather not be there. It's just like, I don't know. Like, I have good friends. I like my friends.
But they're not there. Oh, you have good friends there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I have my, like, girl group that I like. I like hanging out with them. But
Oh, you're in
it's
a girl
like-
group.
Okay. Are you
Mom.
referring to, like...
Are you,
Like what?
are you tenor? What do you sing? Baritone?
No. My girlfriends. I have good, like, I have friends, but it's like, I don't know. I don't care to be there. Like, I
What
don't
would
care.
you be doing if you could be doing anything with that time? What would it be? What do you think you would have the most fun doing? And don't say party, because if you just spend all your time partying, you're gonna end up like the crackhead outside of the party.
At West Virginia, like, what should I spend my time doing?
No,
or-
not what. Just in general, like
Yeah. If you weren't
if you
there.
could do anything with that time, what would it be?
I would have stayed home, done real estate.
Real estate.
Yeah.
See, I like that about you. I like that you have an idea other than college.
Yeah.
What are you studying?
Real estate. No? No, you're not. What do you, yeah, you're,
He's a good listener. That's another attribute that he has going for him.
No, right now I want to go into marketing. Well, I wanted to go into marketing. But right now I'm undecided. So I literally have the most random classes ever that I don't care about. I have American popular music. I have Making Modern America, sociology, global sustainability. And then there's like the first year seminar. There's another class.
what do you do in the first year seminar? Math? Math. There's also math. Mom said math.
Math, yeah. No, in the first year seminar, they literally, it's the most annoying class ever. They literally just like talk about things you already know. It's like introducing you to the school.
Oh, you have the whole semester of that?
Yep. Every Tuesday and Thursday.
Oh,
which
boy.
Mine's unlucky. Everybody else has theirs one day a week. I have 2.
And do you get graded on that?
Yep.
What is the grade based on?
Attendance is 10 points.
Oh my God.
10 points
that class.
10 points a class or 10 points the whole semester?
Nope. 10 points a class.
Okay.
And
Mom wants to know if that's one you skip.
then there's like
She didn't answer. She didn't hear that. We can't hear it outside the studio. So, I'm here to help. Don't worry.
then there's been like 2 assignments so far. So it's pretty much attendance and assignments. The attendance wasn't too good in the beginning. It's been getting better.
You should see your mother's reaction. Maybe I should put her. There you go. She's on camera there.
She looks like the angel on her shoulder right now.
She does. So, okay. So you do you want to continue with school, or have you not made up your mind, or what's the deal with that?
She keeps saying that I just just decided to do this, but no, I don't think I want to go back. I think after this semester, I want to
That you just decided to do what?
not go back.
Yeah, but you've been saying that since the beginning, since you got there, basically, haven't you?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
on the phone call with you.
Yeah, you were like, I'm not really into
I
this.
don't know, because like, what's the point? I'm paying $22,000 for one semester. I have to pay another $22,000 for next semester, and
Yeah.
then continue
You
that.
could join the military and they'll pay for you.
Do you think it's just West Virginia itself, or do you think it's like the college
I
environment
think
in
it's
general?
like the school aspect. I don't care to be there. Like it's like I've never been like a school person ever. Like I do not.
Yeah.
I don't like school. I have never like ask her. Not
What
a
is
school
what is the
person.
thing that you are interested in? You know, there's everybody I feel like has a thing that they find super interesting.
Mhm.
You know, and it can be any range of things. Like for Matt, other than history, it would be movies.
Yep.
Matt loves movies, right?
Yep, yep.
What is the thing that you're into?
I don't know. I like driving, but I'm not allowed to drive right now
Well, oh, maybe we should get into that. Why are you not allowed to drive?
because the 2 cars that I had the one car, which was her car, my mom's car.
Yeah.
I was driving that and I crashed it into a curb and messed up the tire pretty bad.
Yeah. Now, so you crashed it into a curb.
Oh.
How did this happen? What were you doing?
I was stopped at a stop sign and there was this couple crossing the street.
Yes. What were they doing?
They were arguing.
Okay.
So I was kind of very...
If you tried to kill the guy, don't say anything more because like there's actually if you tried to run the guy over, don't like just stop right there.
She was taking the side of the lady.
yeah.
She's like, I'll help you. Yeah.
No, I was...
She's a defense attorney,
I'm
by
not
the
sure
way.
the
So
statute of limitations would have run. I don't know if you're 18, if you got your
vehicular
license.
manslaughter.
Yeah.
Homicide.
No, they were arguing and like she was like yelling at him. She was like really yelling.
Yeah.
So I was like so intrigued. I was like, what are you yelling about? And so my focus, I was looking over at them.
Right.
But I went with the stop sign and started going. And I guess I was drifting over as I'm looking this way at them. And there's like, you know how curbs, like they start off really high and then like curb. Yeah.
They're taking this out. Oh, it's so unnatural.
She's yelling. Go ahead.
And so I went into the highest part of the curb and went like onto the curb and backed like down. And then like I thought it was a flat tire. So I got the tow truck to come
Yes.
change it for a spare. He walks over to the tire.
No.
Whoa, this isn't drivable.
Right.
What did you do?
Right. Because now, let's pause there because you said I thought it was a flat tire. Cindy, do you have the picture on your phone still of the flat tire?
Oh no.
Because I would like to show everybody this picture of what she thinks a flat tire looks like.
Okay.
Wait a minute. She didn't say she got out and looked.
I did.
No, she did.
Oh.
No, she did.
All right, I'm
Okay.
still trying to help.
The tire was flat. The tire was flat.
Well, okay. Let's yeah. Now, while your mother's looking, the tire was flat. Go ahead. So you call your mom, crying,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Mommy,
I got a flat tire. I ran into a curb. And so
Right.
then called what is it? On call, whatever.
OnStar, yeah.
Yeah. And told them I needed a spare tire change because I had a flat tire. And I waited about 45 minutes for them to come
And that's when the guy came and said, "Whoa."
with his big tow truck and then walked over to the tire and, whoa,
Right.
what did you do?
Did he do that
This
with his
is-
hands when he came over?
Yeah, he did. Whoa. So that was number one.
Yeah.
Okay, your mother's still looking for the picture so that we could show everybody. So we'll come
Yeah.
back to this. What was number two?
I was driving my old car because I had been driving the car my mom's car for a while. And then I was driving, that car was being fixed. So then I was driving my car and I was at the stoplight and there was a long line of traffic and the car in front of me was
Bring it
like,
in, Sin.
and the car in front of me went from like they started to go, so I started to go, and then I looked down for a second, and then when I looked back up, I was kind of, I guess they had like stopped.
Okay.
I guess they had like stopped, but I didn't see them stop. So then, like when I looked up, I was kind of already going into their car, and then it started smoking, and then.
Oh wow.
So this is, it's kind of hard to see here, but I'll show you. So this is her flat tire, okay? Now you'll notice, look at the space between.
I mean, it's a flat tire. What do you want? It's a flat tire. The tire is
It's
flat.
Among other things.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, yes, the tire is flat. That's part of the problem. Now, the next story, so the other story is, I'm sorry, go ahead, continue.
I rear-ended them.
You rear-ended them. Now, what were you, okay. Yeah, no, they're right here. Oh, you have the rear-ended one. Yeah, okay, find those, please. Okay, so you rear-ended them.
Yeah.
Because you and your friend were singing along to the Spice Girls.
No.
What were you doing?
I had looked down.
Right.
I don't know what I was looking down for.
Okay.
I really couldn't tell
So
you.
you just decided to look
I
down?
looked down. Like I could have been fixing the radio. I could have been. I don't even know.
Pulling
I
up
know
your
it-
sock.
I know it wasn't my phone because I know that for a fact. I know it wasn't my phone. So don't. I'm good. I'm good with that.
Okay. So then now, so the first car, which is the one with the wheel, okay?
Yeah.
So you screw that up.
Yeah.
And then you get the other car, which was your grandmother's car, I think, or something like that.
it was
Okay.
my great-grandmother's.
So you've had this car for probably what, 2 weeks, a month, maybe,
The old car?
No. I'm saying you're driving this car to replace the other car for what, 2 weeks, a month?
Yeah, probably.
2
like
weeks. Okay, 2 weeks, and then you slam into the rear end of someone else. Okay, and let's see, what else do we have
I mean, in
there?
fairness, I don't see any smoke there, so it
There
wasn't,
was no smoke,
it wasn't
yeah.
that bad.
Okay.
So, Paige, are you enjoying your first time on air?
Yeah.
So, okay, so then your mom gets a call from the body shop who's fixing the wheel, and he says blah 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 about the wheel, but I don't know what we're going to do about the hood. Okay.
Yeah. So then I got a call.
Yeah.
From her. So what'd you actually do to the car?
Yeah. She's livid at this point, right?
I go, what are you talking about? I told her the whole story, how I hit the curb. I'm like paying attention. She goes, so then what happened to the hood?
Okay, and then here's the hood. It's got what is this? So we're looking at a butt print here?
Yeah.
This is a butt print. Whose butt is on this?
My friend Jude.
Yeah, your friend, still your friend? I wouldn't be friends with somebody who puts their butt print on my hood. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Let's see what
Let me come back to you. Sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. So there you go. So what did he do? Jump on the hood with his butt?
Yeah, laid on it. Yeah.
So that was all within a month's time. When
the dent on the hood was the 4th of July.
Okay, great.
just didn't tell anyone.
She didn't tell
I
anybody.
didn't know about it till like a little bit later when I went up to Penn State with my friends,
Right,
and then like because I've
'cause
never
you never
walked-
looked at the hood.
No, like I've never had to walk to like the car,
And it wasn't
from the
visible
hood.
from inside the car through the windshield.
No, clearly not.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Oh, man. Well, listen, Paige, you have been an utter delight to speak with here.
Thank you.
Let's see. What are people thinking here? Are they maybe Paige should drop college and study driver's ed? There you go. I like that. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, there's like 2 conversations going on, so I'm trying to find here. Mike Lance says, I would not trade my time in college for anything, but higher education is such an expensive place to find out who you are. It is. Yes. Find out who you are first. A lot of people are saying you should just get a van, be a hippie, and drive a van around the country.
Dude, join the Air Force or some easier route, and then just travel the world for free. And then if you want to go to college afterwards, it'll be free. They'll actually pay you. They pay you a lot of money.
There you go. Air Force.
Do you know me?
Yeah, I know. That's why I made the face.
Listen, the big thing is, I guess the one takeaway I think I would want to leave you with here is whatever you decide to do, it should be something that you're actually interested in doing. So if it's not school, don't waste your time doing that. But also, don't be one of those people that just flounder. Like if you're gonna leave school, you need to have like intent behind it. Because this is a great time in life. You're figuring yourself out, but you should have a game plan if you're going to leave college. That's the one great thing about college is it's kind of like a safety net if you don't know what you want to do. You at least you're working towards
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now, so I put a poll up in the chat, and hopefully people will answer it. The question is, should Paige leave college and do something else like real estate? So let's see what they say. We'll give them a couple of seconds there. We'll check it after the break,
Very
okay?
scientific poll.
Yes, very scientific. Rasmussen has nothing on us. All right. So, Paige, thank you very much for sitting here and letting me ask you these questions.
You're welcome.
I'm sure you had fun.
Yeah.
Is your boyfriend's last name Hubbard?
Yes.
Okay. Well, he commented that you seem like an interesting girl or something like that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, he did. So you should know, Chase. You're dating her. What a
like a
dork.
really cool girl.
Oh, cool girl. There you go. Yeah.
girl.
All right.
Aw,
Well,
that's cute.
Yeah, that is cute.
He doesn't go to WVU. Is that the point?
No, he goes
That
to
also makes it
Coastal,
difficult.
Where's Coastal at?
South Carolina.
Well, that's a distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a surfer, although he couldn't get into the surf club.
They have a surf team at the college?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, not a team, just a club.
Club. It's a club.
You learn how to surf.
Yeah.
So
If he
I
already
don't know
knows,
why he
doesn't
couldn't
need to-
make it.
He already knows.
That's a great point.
Yeah. He doesn't- they
Can
want
he
him to
just
show
go
off.
and surf next to the club?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could.
Like,
He really could.
He doesn't have to be with them. He could just be at the next beach.
Yeah, I just don't think he'd be that good.
Hey, guys. You don't think he would be that good?
No, he'd
Why?
fall. He'd try to do it. He wouldn't even be able to stand up.
Well, everybody falls.
But there's nobody teaching him. Like being in the club, you have the
He
teachers.
can watch the club at the next beach. Oh, this is what
Tell
they're
him if he
doing.
wants to learn how to surf really well, he needs to go to New Smyrna Beach, Florida. It's where champion surfers are made.
you
Actually,
go.
this is a true story. That's where I went to high school, and on our morning news at high school, they would have like kids that I was in high school with would have their pro tour videos playing on the morning news. Like they'd be surfing in Costa Rica and stuff on the weekends, part of the pro am tours, and there's a lot of people down there that'll be willing to teach him. If
There you
he
go.
wants to learn how to
So we can go learn down there. Go further
Not me,
away.
Though. I'm not a surfer. I
was going to ask you, did you ever take
I'm
up surfing?
amphibious, but I cannot surf.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, you can't win them all, Cove. Can't win them all.
Can't.
All right. So anyway, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with some other things, actually. The news. We got the news coming up, so we'll be right back. Don't forget. Big announcement coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Big announcement. Stick around.
Want to promote your Gettysburg business? Send an email to sales@addressinggettysburg.com.
Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, Gettysburg's premier museum, is housed in the historic Lutheran Seminary building constructed in 1832, a witness to the first day of battle. The museum's 3 floors of exhibits connect visitors to the dilemmas that led to the Civil War, provide a powerful and personal view of the battle's first day, and explore one of the battlefield's largest hospitals. No visit to Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center is complete without a guided tour of the building's famous cupola, where on the eve of battle, officers and civilians saw thousands of Confederate soldiers' campfires burning to the west, and Brigadier General John Buford watched for vital federal reinforcements as fighting erupted on the morning of July 1st. Today, you can stand where Buford stood and discover how this view helped chart the course of the Battle of Gettysburg. Your trip to Gettysburg is not complete without a serious visit to Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, Gettysburg's premier museum. Purchase tickets online at seminaryridgemuseum.org or call 717-339-1300. To get tickets or a cupola tour, listeners may call or walk in and mention Addressing Gettysburg, or by ordering online using the promo code AG1863 for 20% off. Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center. It began here.
There's a devil to pay.
If you're a lover of history, then go to trhistorical.com. There you'll find apparel, drinkware, decor, and more, featuring a wide range of interests from the ancient world to the Cold War. Looking to make an impression with the perfect gift? Well, TR Historical now offers gift cards and a vintage wrapping service for a truly unique presentation. And our listeners will receive 10% off plus free shipping in the U.S. when you use promo code GBERG1863. So go to trhistorical.com, TR Historical, for the love of history.
Think outside the bus and let family-owned Gettysburg Tours take you on a cycling journey across the picturesque and historic Gettysburg battlefield. There's no better way than by bicycle to gain a feel for the terrain of the battlefield. Slow enough to see it all, yet fast enough to do it all. Follow the route of Union troops entering the fray as you ride to the site of the first shots of this epic 3-day battle. Feel the drama as you put yourself in the position of a Confederate soldier just before he steps off to make Pickett's charge. Take a stand with the heroic Colonel Chamberlain on the slopes of Little Round Top just before you view the fields of honor beneath you from its summit. All of our guides are officially licensed by the National Park Service, so don't get a sore neck trying to see out of your car, and saddle up with Gettysburg Tours for a 360-degree view of America's most important piece of real estate. Gettysburg Tours. Think outside the bus. Go to gettysburg.com or call 717-752-7752 to book a battlefield experience you will never forget.
You've heard us promote various ways that you can help us keep the show going, but one way we haven't pushed too much is our sutlery at addressinggettysburg.com/shop. That's a shame because we have designs over there by talented artists like Ty DeWitt of 1863 Designs and Mike Stretch of the Heritage Depot. So now we're promoting it. Buying shirts, hoodies, mugs, and other items from our sutlery not only helps us keep the lights on, but it also helps guys like Ty and Mike, and it helps spread the word about the show every time you wear an item or you sip from your mug. So head over to addressinggettysburg.com/shop and grab some merch. It's the perfect Christmas gift for the Gettys nerd in your family. That's addressinggettysburg.com/shop.
Have you noticed our revamped website at addressinggettysburg.com? Well, that's the fine work of a man named Mike Stretch, and he also redid our logo for us. Both of them I originally designed, and both of them were originally horrible, but now they're nice, and that's all thanks to Mike. Mike has an awesome t-shirt company called Heritage Depot. There you'll find great designs based on Gettysburg and the Civil War with t-shirts and other types of merchandise. So go to heritage-depot.com and spruce up your Gettys Nerd wardrobe. That's heritage-depot.com. Our favorite bookstore in Gettysburg is For the Historian, located at 42 York Street. It's because they have the best selection of Civil War books in Gettysburg, both new and used. And online, they have even more to choose from. And if the Civil War isn't your thing, that's not a problem. This is For the Historian, after all. They cover history from the ancient world to the 21st century with a strong selection of World War II and American Revolution books. It's astounding how many thousands of titles from Osprey, Savas Beatty, UNC Press, and more they have in their store. And that's because, well, they have a warehouse too. And that's where they keep all the books that are available online at forthehistorian.com. And folks, if you go to forthehistorian.com now and order books until you're blue in the face, be sure you mention that you heard about them on Addressing Gettysburg in the Note to Seller box, and they will refund your shipping costs. And if you prefer to stop by when you're in town, well, you could do that too. Just mention Addressing Gettysburg at checkout, and they'll take 20% off the retail price of your item. So go to forthehistorian.com or stop by 42 York Street, or you can call them at 717-685-5207. That's forthehistorian.com or 717-685-5207.
You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg.
Seems like we haven't seen you in forever. Welcome back to Addressing Gettysburg Today. Here's Matt.
Hi, everybody. One question that somebody asked in the comments section for you, Paige. How often does Chase think of the Holy Roman Empire, or the Roman Empire?
Oh my god, I asked him this question. I did ask him this question.
What did he say?
I think he said he...
He's never heard of it?
No.
He said she didn't pay attention to the answer.
Think about it.
He said she didn't pay attention to the answer. Is that true?
He said that?
Yeah.
No, Cindy said
Oh, Cindy said that.
Oh. No, I don't think he thinks about it that much. Maybe he said he thinks... I think at first he said he thinks about it all the time. And I was like, are you being serious? And he was like, no.
So he's never thought of it. Well, we don't know. Maybe he'll answer that in the comment section.
Tell him to answer that in the comments.
All right.
I could be
All right. Thank you very much, Paige. So 6 questions wanted to get in on the phone from the earlier segment when we were talking about the Roman Empire. Why am I all of a sudden it's holy?
Your Catholic side.
It's my Catholic. Oh yeah. So we're talking about Pilate. Anyway, Mike, what do you got there? How often do you think about it?
To be honest there, Matt, I'm such a nerd. I think more about the Holy Roman Empire than I do about the Roman Empire.
So that's why I was saying it, because I read your mind.
Yes, exactly right. Especially with, you're having Ralph Siegel on to record later on about Karl Schurz and the German immigrants. A lot of their experience comes from the dissolution of the Holy Roman Empire as a result of Napoleon. So my head's been kind of more in that space. Again, I tell you, I'm a nerd. So I think about this stuff all the time. As far as the Rome stuff, I think more about the Roman Republic than I do about the Empire.
Okay.
Partially because I studied the Founding Fathers and what their basis was for materials for creating the governmental system we're in. And they're looking at the Roman Republic and saying, okay, what are some of the pitfalls there that happened in that period? And so knowing the history of the Roman Republic is absolutely crucial in understanding things like the Revolutionary period and the Constitution.
Yeah. All right. So that makes sense. Huh. Okay. So you do. It's interesting, though, that people do think about it, and they all have different reasons for thinking about it. Debbie for the togas.
Obviously.
Mike for how it influenced the creation of our country. Yeah. All right. Very good. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
You have
Absolutely.
a good night.
Have a good night, guys.
All right, talk to you later.
Right.
All right, so one thing here, I was teasing all day on my morning drive, and I'm going to let you all in on now. So, big news. This is great news, okay? I'm very rarely ecstatic for somebody else, right? But I heard this news, what was it, 2 nights ago you told me, Ron?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I don't know. I'm trying to think when I talked to you.
I think it was Tuesday.
Monday. Was it Tuesday? Okay.
And my heart swelled with joy and a little bit, honestly, a little bit of pride. Not like I had anything to do with it, but pride nonetheless. And Veronica, why don't you tell us the news? Because I don't want to steal your thunder. So you tell us the news.
Steal away.
No.
I'm curious to see how you package this.
So Veronica, we were on the phone, and Veronica's like, I've been meaning to tell you. I wasn't sure to tell you in person or not, but I'm pregnant.
Again.
Again. No. I want you to do it. It's your news. It's your joy.
All right.
So
So the sad part of it is, I am relinquishing my seat here with Addressing Gettysburg Live. Because I have been offered and accepted a position with the district attorney's office in Franklin County. So
yeah, that's a big applause.
I'm going to go back. Yes, it's an exciting opportunity. It's a great office. I know most of the practitioners there just because I've been working out there for 4 years. So I'm really excited about it. But the downside is I go back to being a real adult again, right?
Yeah,
With
that's the problem, growing up.
Typical Monday through Friday kind of commitments. And there's just no way I'd be able to get back here for Thursday at 5:30.
Too much work, and you'll be exhausted because you'll have full days.
Full days and probably more than 8:30 to 5, on paper.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And
but I'm excited. I'm like ecstatic about it. It's a great opportunity. Like I said, it's a really good office. We're actually, there's going to be a change in the actual district attorney because the Matt Fogel, who has that position right now, decided not to run for re-election this time. He's had it for several years, and there's going to be another attorney. Well, assuming there's no kind of crazy write-in campaign at the last minute, there's another gentleman by the name of Ian Brink who's going to take over the DA's office, and I think things will continue to go the way they've been. So I'm just really excited about it.
Now, are you like an assistant DA? Is that what the title is? Or?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. So technically, every county district attorney's office has their own hierarchy or whatever you want to call it. Everybody that's not the district attorney is an assistant district attorney. And obviously, because in Pennsylvania, the district attorney in the counties are elected.
Right.
Just like the attorney general, like that kind of thing. So they're elected offices. But everybody in the employ of the office is an assistant district attorney. Now, there are certain levels, like Franklin County does assistant district attorney, senior district attorney, senior assistant district attorney, deputy district attorney, and then there's actually like the first, I don't know what Laura Kerstetter is like the second in command at the office. She's been there forever. She's an awesome person. She was actually the one I kind of picked her brain about whether I would be a good fit or not. She's super supportive. But anyway, I don't exactly know what her title is. She's like the second in command. So when Matt's not there, she makes the decisions and things. I think it's first deputy chief, like whatever.
Okay,
so anyway,
like deputy district attorney or something?
Pretty much everybody's like, it's Matt, Laura, and then everybody's kind of like below them.
Okay.
And the way you get assigned to a courtroom, and there's like a lead attorney and a second, like kind of like a secondary sort of attorney, I guess is what I'm gathering. I'm not sure because I don't start until the first, my contract is up with the juvenile stuff on October 31st. I gave them 30 days notice per the contract, and that we just agreed on the 31st because it makes record keeping a a lot easier to do it in the end of a month or whatever. So technically, I start beginning of November with the DA's office.
Now, when the DA, since they're elected and the new DA comes in, does the whole staff have to change, or can it change?
It can.
So,
I don't think it will.
Okay. Do they typically keep the staff on?
I'll be honest, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming yes. I mean, my experience has been the larger, like Allegheny County, where you have 150, maybe employees or something, including secretaries and support staff and district attorneys and appellate court and all this other stuff. So it'd be nearly impossible. There'd be no reason to clear out the office. Smaller one, I'm not really sure. I don't know. But even the economic climate right now is that there's just not as much interest in people going into public service law, like the PD's office or the DA's office. It just, I don't know. I don't know what the shift is or whatever, but I really doubt there's going to be much of a shakeup.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, all I know is you told me that, and I know you were telling me. I knew the news that was, I knew the butt of it before you said it, but I don't care. I'm so happy for you. I really
am. Selfishly, I am. I mean,
you should be, and you should be very proud of yourself. And I'm sure Kathy's proud of you as well. I'm proud of you. I'm very excited to say that my friend is an assistant district attorney over the next county. I can commit all the crimes I want over there now.
Should have been doing it when I was the defense attorney, man. I mean,
but you're not going to even prosecute me. You won't even waste my time.
There you go. That works.
You'll run interference for me. No, but really, I have to tell you now. So you've got 2 more shows after this. this.
So
Or
actually,
what?
I forgot all about it, but we do have a board meeting this month. So it was supposed to be next Thursday, but because of all the movie stuff, there's a couple of people on our board
Who are
that are
doing-
actually like driving some of the actors around, picking one
Right.
up at the airport, that kind of stuff. So everybody agreed that the following Thursday would be the better date for the board meeting. So whatever that, I don't know what's today.
So then what does that is that
The
next
19th,
week
I
is your
guess it
last
is?
show?
Yeah,
or
yeah, next
so
week
the
would be the last
12th will be your last show.
Yeah.
Not the 26th.
The 26th was never going to be my last show because I'm actually on a flight out to Vegas.
Oh, that's right,
So
right.
excited
You're
to see
going
my
out.
friends.
Now
Yeah,
you're going to
just
go
seeing,
play poker out there, or what do you?
Sure, but I mean, I'm actually going to.
You got a friend there.
With friends, yeah.
This is the friend who.
Carmen and Neil and Glenn that comes out.
Yeah,
every once in a while.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
All right. So the next week, so that's even less time I have to prepare your finale.
Yeah.
But next week will be your last show, and then the 19th. Bethany Yingling has agreed to come on as your full replacement.
Oh, cool.
And actually, Mark has agreed to let her come on.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah.
Yes, thank you to Mark. And but a lot of people that I've told this to already go, are you still going to do That's What She Said?
I even asked that.
Yes,
I
because
hope
that's
so.
on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
we've been scheduling them on the weekends or the evening. Though I think
Right.
one time we did with Tim Sims. So if you'll have me, I would still do that for sure.
Why would we not?
Exactly. That's you and Bethany. That's your show. So, yeah, of course we want you. So yes, so you will be on That's What She Said. So those of you who are worried about that,
Marie just asked that.
Oh, she did.
That's what she
Yeah.
said.
and that's only after one episode. They haven't heard like the full breadth of what we have. So I mean that they're upset that you might be gone from that. So that's good. So she will be back for that, or she will be staying on for that. But this show you won't. But anyway, like I was saying, I was saying not too long ago, I think it was on one of my morning drive videos, that I love doing this show because I love doing it with you.
I remember you saying that.
And you, I always wanted a female co-host who can bust my balls and take it and give it and, just have a laugh and, help me, make fun of Cam. And so, and you fit that perfectly. And I knew that when we would go out to dinner, you, me, and Kathy, and that's what you would do at dinner. And Kathy would crack up.
I don't
That's what I
understand.
say.
Yeah.
That's what I say. They never understand that. It's like, that's how I say I love you,
Yeah.
I make fun
I
of
don't understand
you.
what else would be expected of me.
So I was like, when we started doing this, and I was like, I got to ask Veronica to do this. And at first you were like, oh, I don't know anything about that. I'm like, just do what you do and it'll be fine. And people loved you right away. You did great on your first episode. And what is it, 2 years, 3 years?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I lose track of time
I
so
do
easily.
too. I think it was 2021. To be honest,
It could have
I
been.
think so.
Yeah, I think it was.
started going back through old shows to see who you've had on the show.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think it was 2021 when you started doing this.
So yeah, so two years in May. So it was 2 years in May, last May. So little over 2 years that you've been doing this, and I've just had tremendous fun doing it with you. It's the highlight of my week, and it's really the reason why I kept doing it. So thank you so much for your dedication to it and your kindness to the fans, because they love you, and I know you always go, but they love you, and
you're getting loads of love.
yes, you really are.
Loads.
I really I appreciate it, guys. I'm gonna miss this tremendously. Obviously, the show's in way good hands. Bethany is a fantastic girl, and
Right.
Matt's,
he
Matt's
can't handle someone else having the spotlight for a minute.
But and hopefully, I'll still be around for get out of the car shows and things or tours and things like that. Honestly, Matt, I have to thank you. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities that I've had over the last couple of years with authors and the Civil War Institute and whatever, just everything that had it not been an affiliation with you, I would have never experienced. So and as well as let me just throw out a personal shout out. This past week, Mom and I we actually went out on Monday when it was official, when HR kind of called over, and we had dinner at the Dobbin House, and we walked across the street to get dessert at Bantam, which was like some hot chocolates, and we ran into Jerry. Right?
yeah.
And Jerry is one of the nicest, genuinely most just down to earth, salt of the earth people. We actually ran into him a second time before he and his family left town. But that's the kind of stuff, like, I would never have met these awesome people. Tom Canavan. I'm kind of all right. I'm not going to start naming people because
then you'll forget somebody.
Right, and it's not doing justice to everybody. But literally, I know people poo-poo this terminology, but I really do feel like we've created a community. You've created the community, and I've been lucky to be a part of that, and I'm gonna miss that.
Yeah,
so,
well, like you said, you'll still be around. Yeah. You just have a job now like a full-grown adult does.
Yeah.
Like the rest of us do.
You're not extending your childhood like I am.
Yeah.
No, but and I always thought you were a good representative of everything because you're very smart, you're very funny, and like I said, people love you. Like from the moment you started, I remember all the comments coming in about how great you were, and I've sent them to you along the way. But sometimes there's too many of them, and I just go, well, she knows she's good, and I just leave them be. No, but really, and you're doing a great job with That's What She Said, and I'm glad that you're going to continue that because I think, that's a show that needs to be done. And you guys do it well. You and Beth have really good chemistry, and I think the audience agrees with me on that one.
I think we're both passionate about the principle or the purpose of the show too. Is that actually this is all fun and stuff like that. It's a blast, but the show actually has the ability to maybe get some history, the light shed on some people that haven't had it shed on them in maybe 160 years, if ever. So I'm super excited to continue with that. Yeah,
I am too. And I bought, I don't know if the number went off yet or not, but I bought the $1.2 billion lottery ticket this week. And if I win it, I can replace and probably do better on your salary and have you come back full time. And we'll do this. We'll do this every day.
Deal. Yeah,
we'll do it every day because I think that would be a lot of fun to do. But yeah. So anyway.
So you're out of the compliments? I thought you were going to keep going.
No. I was. So anyway, like I was saying.
That was
I don't.
Just kidding.
I don't exaggerate when I say that for these 2 years that we did this piddly little show, you did make one of my dreams come true, which was to have good banter with a female co-host like this. And it's very hard to find, and so. It is of course sad. I'm going to miss you, but it's not like you're going, I'm bored with this, I don't want to do this anymore. Then it would kind of hurt. But this is like you're going on to something that you deserve, that is going to be great for you. And dinner's on you all the time now because you're going to be really rolling in it.
She's making more money than the rest of us combined.
Yeah, exactly. No, but really, it is great, and I'm very happy for you. Truly, very happy for you.
And thank you real quickly to everybody that I'm just real quickly seeing some of the kind words and everything. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, guys.
Well, you're very welcome, and thank you so much. And now for
you
the
will live on forever in the soundboard.
That's right. For the second to last time, ladies and gentlemen.
You doing news or events first?
She's the gal who knows what's going on. So take notes.
Actually, wait, before you do that.
Here's AG2's lead anchor, Veronica Brestensky, with news, traffic, weather, sidewalk conditions, and what's happening this weekend.
I must have all possible information.
So Debbie's actually going to cover the news this week.
Oh, you got news.
There's one interesting article.
The one thing of news that I found, because I saw it first last night, and then there was an actual news article about it today. So there's a lady in the borough who is running for council, and she is trying to lay claim to the trademark for the Gettysburg Area School District logo.
What?
Yep.
What do you mean? What's the logo, first of all?
The logo being like the arrowhead with the G in it.
Oh, yeah,
and the name Gettysburg Warriors.
Okay.
Yep.
So she's running for council and she's laying claim to it. Like she created it?
Yep. So what the article says is that she claims that her business, Kirsten, I think is how you pronounce it, Kirsten's Kids, which is like a daycare center,
right,
now owns the Gettysburg Warriors trademark and wants to charge the Gettysburg Area School District a licensing fee for its continued use.
Wait, what?
Uh-huh.
How does that work?
This is the question. Kirsten Bell is running for a seat in the Gettysburg Borough 1st Ward. She posted a screenshot Tuesday on Facebook of an email that she sent to the school district officials, where she requested a meeting to discuss the terms and conditions of our licensing fee.
But wait a second. Okay, go ahead. Keep telling the story.
She's claiming that her words have since been twisted, but
of course.
I've seen the screenshot. It was pretty clear. She serves on the Adams County Advisory Council to the Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission and claims she wants to use her business to define what it truly means to be a Gettysburg warrior. However, she's not forthcoming with what that definition is. She says, with this purchase of the trademark and redefining what it means to be a warrior, she said the district will have to uphold those values to continue using the trademark. The board president confirmed that they did, in fact, receive this correspondence, that she had either applied or is attempting to copyright or trademark their logo. So, yeah, she is essentially trying to then charge a fee to the school district for the use of the Gettysburg Warriors and their logo. She claims she filed an application to have it trademarked for her. And she's also claiming things like it's not extortion. Yeah, she's...
No, I can't say the word. It's ridiculous.
I'm not taking the money and doing anything criminal with it. I'm not trying to blackmail the district. I'm not trying to make them do anything they are not already required to do. It's a different way to hold them accountable to the values of warrior pride.
Hold on a second, but she's not claiming that she created the logo.
No, she's just claiming that she's trademarked it, and therefore the school district would have to pay a licensing fee to use it. So, and they did, the article did contact a media law counsel who said basically that the question is, it's not clear whether the person purporting to have registered the trademark has the legal ability to do so. And the question then, too, is such a thing as their mascot entitled to trademark protection?
Huh. Because it's a school. It's a public school.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's not my area. I don't know anything about trademark, but I would default to thinking you at least have to make a claim that that's your...
Right.
That's your creation.
Because then anybody can go and just claim what's not trademark. I mean, I guess you can.
Technically, it's, an original, the legal definition of a copyright is an original creative work fixed in a tangible medium. So the logo could technically count as that because it is technically artwork. However, does things like the mascot count? Does things like, and again, did this person have the legal right to trademark that?
Yeah.
That wasn't their own creation.
Right, yeah.
But I mean, I guess it can't be. This is like the Wild West. Like it can't be that because someone didn't trademark something, you then can go and I mean, I guess you can.
I guess more or less that's what she's doing or saying she can do.
But then they can turn around and sue and say, well, look, we've been using this for 50 years.
Right.
And it's our trademark and we're a public. I don't understand that. That is so weird.
Something more
and
to it,
it's pretty gutsy, I would say,
Yeah.
to make this move. And
You know what?
especially to then claim that it's not
I'm running
extortion or anything.
I'm going to run for mayor, and I'm going to claim that I own the Gettysburg College logo. That's what I'm doing.
It might be trademarked.
It might be. Well, you know what? I'm just going to look
yeah.
around and see what's not trademarked, and then I'm going to claim it.
There's something more to that. There's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she apparently she's claiming that she would use it. She would use the alleged licensing fee to give back to the community through her business. I'm looking to create a community center. There's always been a community need. Our children and families need a collective place to be. They need a home base. The fees would go toward creating that.
Creating a community center doesn't sound inexpensive. So she has high
Very
aspirations,
high
I think. Yeah.
But this is a great way to make sure that you fail. Is this her? What's the name of the business?
Kirsten's Kids, LLC.
Is
So
it
it's
in
like a
Gettysburg?
daycare.
Is it
Yeah.
new?
I don't know. Apparently, she's known for stirring up trouble because I saw some comments where I originally saw this where she tried to stir up some racial issues when the bear was located in Gettysburg. You remember that back at the beginning of the summer?
Yes.
She was like, she actually posted something about, so Gettysburg Borough, you're good with black bears. What about black families and black kids? And people were like, are you serious right now? So, apparently she's known for stirring up controversy.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Let me think
Yeah,
here.
you're right, Marie. It does sound ridiculous because it is.
It deserves a little bit of this. Cool. And this for good measure.
Put him in the cell with a long hose on him. Put him in the cell with a long hose on him.
All right. That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. And she's running for council.
Yep. Yep. I read all this and I was like, this woman is legit nuts.
Yeah, well.
At least that's what it seems like.
That's what it seems like, allegedly.
It'll be just my luck that she will be listening to some. I doubt she listens to this show, but
Well,
it would be
she
my
will
luck.
be.
Definitely some undertones there, because if she's saying she wants to force the school district to live up to some kind of like morals or standards
Yeah,
or something.
so
There's
somewhere
some
in
things
her
going
head
on.
she thinks
yeah,
they're
like,
not.
Yeah. So there must be something. But I saw some rumblings on social media. You
Yeah.
printed out the article. I don't know.
Look it up.
Speaking of.
Yeah. Okay, Colby, what were you holding up the phone for?
No reason. I sent you a text.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you for that, Debbie. That was a hard-hitting story.
That's a fun one. Isn't
Yeah.
It?
Can you keep tabs on that one for us?
I can try.
I'm very curious. I would love to have her on, actually. That would be fascinating.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. All right. All right. So, as you might hear, now is that all the news we have? You don't have news, Ronnie?
No, not really.
All right.
Live this weekend where the action is. What's there to do and see when you're in town this weekend? Here's Valerie, Veronica to fill you in.
It's all covered.
That text Colby sent me. Cam, get in here. Leave Paige alone.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, because of West Virginia. All right, Cam, put on your headphones. You join us for the news. Ronnie, what's going on? What is there to do this weekend when I come down to Gettysburg on my weekend trip? Go ahead.
All right. Well, this weekend we are, I wouldn't say in the smack dab middle of, but towards the beginning of the fall tour season in terms of the National Park Service doing their specialized tours, and they've revived the campfire presentations. So
what this one?
No. Light switches. Hit the light switches, please. I muted my microphone so we didn't interrupt the show. And God bless America. Okay, go ahead.
Oh God, that's so funny. Anyway, so yeah, if you're in town, look up the National Park Service website. You can get a full listing of the tours and the campfire presentations, etc. Just a reminder, upcoming in November, but on November 9th is the annual Giving Spree. So if you're local, this is the time to start thinking about where you want to give some money, because we every year try to outdo the last in terms of giving towards nonprofits and things like that. In conjunction with that, the 24 Hours on the Ridge, Seminary Ridge is going to be doing, I think this is at least the third, right? Maybe fourth annual at this point.
Third one that I'm aware of.
Yeah, okay, so
or
third
that I've been
annual,
involved in.
Yeah. So that was in conjunction with the Giving Spree, and I think they announced that they are doing it again this year. The full lineup is posted. I know our buddy Rich Condon is doing a presentation. Cody and Pete and yourself, I know, are doing some things. They're going to be running, what do you want to call it?
Things.
Movies, but like a marathon. There we go. Thank you. A marathon of different movies throughout the 24 hours, and there's all kinds of different things. They're going to do a luminaire this year on the walking trail, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited to. Hopefully, the weather will hold out. But just some updates for what's coming up. Obviously, the fall in October specifically is a very special time and busy time around Gettysburg. Just a reminder that all of the 30th anniversary film things are coming up next weekend.
Yes, they are.
Are you planning on doing a show or?
No, I'm hosting or doing, I guess, moderating, whatever you call it, a panel with Bo and Joseph Fuqua.
At the Historical Society, yeah.
Yes.
I'm just talking about like a Thursday night show. Are there things that you need to be doing?
No, I'll do a regular show on Thursday.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. No, I mean we're not having anybody on, so it's tough because I'm talking with Jonathan Rothman, who played John Reynolds, and we're talking about doing an interview, but because of the strike, he can't talk about the movie. He could talk about his career. He could talk about, John Reynolds, the man, but he can't talk about the movie. They can't do things promoting a movie, according to him and a couple of other people have told me that.
Even if it's been released, it's not something
that's what I said. I'm like, wait, the movie's been out for 30 years.
What if... Oh, I guess he's still an actor. He's still
But he's also involved in the union.
Gotcha.
So he's got to really be careful.
Yeah.
So, so if
if things aren't resolved, because it looks like they're getting closer, according to Ron Rogel, and
Yeah, it
they're
does.
back on the picket line, but he said their talks were ongoing and everything. So
Yeah, I don't know how close. I mean, he says that they're at least sitting down and talking.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe by next week everything could be fixed.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah. So go ahead.
So anyway, that's the only other thing, Jason Martz did send out an email. So something must be going on. I'm not really sure what sparked this. But he asked specifically if we could just remind listeners that the park hours are 30 minutes before sunrise to 30 minutes after sunset. That means those are the park hours, and they shift slightly every day, obviously, because they're based on factors that aren't on your
nature.
watch. Yeah. However, apparently there's been some rumors going on Google or whatever in terms of that the hours are firm. That is absolutely not the case. So just a reminder, 30 minutes before sunset, 30 minutes after. I'm sorry, 30 minutes. 30 minutes before sunrise, 30 minutes after sunset.
Yeah.
That is the hours, and they
Now,
obviously.
Cameron had an experience with that a couple of weeks
I'm
ago.
not going there.
What? No, all right, I'll go there. He was walking, and he parked up in the gravel lot by Little Round Top. And, I guess he had gone too far, and the sun went down too fast, and he got back to his car, and some law enforcement were there. And, you said to me, but it said sunset, it was still light out. And I said, no, that's not sunset. Sunset is when the sun is gone, not visible, not light. And so a lot of people, I think, get that confused. When you can't see the sun, now you're in the after sunset period, and you got to get out of there within a half an hour after the sun is no longer visible.
Yeah.
So that's the case there.
That's literally something you can Google the actual minute of when sunset is every day, because I think that's Jason's point. Well, there are these faulty rumors going around on Google. If you Google that there are firm hours, like for example 10 to 10 or something like that, that is not accurate. You must check every single day as to what the official hour of sun or a minute of sunrise and sunset are, and then go 30 minutes either before or after that appropriately.
Yeah.
So
and use your eyes.
Yeah.
Sunset was when there was no more sun you could see in the dark. That's just my way I was growing up.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people think that, but the true answer is when the sun is not visible. Estella, that'll be Saturday morning at 9 a.m. that I'm doing the panel discussion with Bo and Joseph at the Adams County Historical Society. Many thanks to the Adams County Historical Society for inviting me to do that. I'm going to have a lot of fun with that.
Oh, brother.
Even though it's very early in the morning for me to get moving. But you know what? I've been getting up super early anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm kind of getting used to it now, and I like it. Tim Fisher says, does Matt ever plug battlefield preservation drives? If I'm made aware of it and somebody asked me to, yeah, absolutely. I can't... Look, I got too much to worry about. I can't keep up on what everybody else is doing, but if somebody brings something to my attention, I'm happy to share and promote whatever they think will be worth sharing and promoting. And Gene says the Park Service has a link to the actual times daily for sunrise and sunset. So there you go. So we got answers there. So yeah, I guess people have probably in reaction to Cameron, because he got in a fist fight with law enforcement. A lot of people don't know that.
All right, now you're getting out of hand.
Oh, now I'm getting out of hand. All right. No, so, yeah, and then, by the way, the paving, have you noticed the pavement has been nice and smooth, isn't it?
Yeah.
And did it interfere with your enjoyment of the battlefield at all? No, it didn't, because you haven't been out on it, that's why.
No, I have.
Oh, okay.
I have, but I mean, they're doing a lot of the stuff, in the evening on the first day's battlefield, at least when we would drive past and go back home. They had stuff, but I mean... Okay, there's a minor inconvenience for a day or two or whatever.
Literally,
but it's
they did
like,
all of West Confederate Avenue in 2 days.
Wow.
They did like one side one day, the next side the next day. I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy shit, they really got. I mean, they're getting it done.
Yeah.
And all those people that were like, well, I'm never going back there until they open the roads. Please, you're only hurting yourself. You're not hurting any of us, because that means we get the battlefield to ourselves. Am I right, Cam? All right. The poll is closed now, ladies and gentlemen. 70% of people said Paige should... Why did I spell Paige that way? I spelled it the wrong way. Should Paige leave college and do something else like real estate? 70% say yes, and I agree. So does Veronica. Cam?
I say continue college.
Oh, interesting.
It was some of my best times.
Wait, Cam doesn't get a vote. What was? Why was it the best time of year? Because of the toga parties?
No, I didn't go to anything like that.
Because you learned to do cake stands?
No, I was able to meet a lot of new people, make a lot of new connections, meet other people. I finally got to meet people who had an interest in the same stuff I did. I got to go to classes with students who liked what I liked. I got to enjoy finally being around people of my own kind in a way.
I understand, and that was a benefit for you because you had a passion that the college itself could sustain. If Paige was here talking about she thinks she wants to do real estate. I'm not so sure that she needs to go to college for a real estate license, and she'll meet the same kind of people like-minded in classes outside.
And her passion is Snapchat anyway. So.
Stop.
We were talking
off. You stop it. You're worse on her than you are on me.
Oh.
Get him, Cam. Get him.
Cameron.
Sick him, Cam.
Wow.
Sick him. Here you go.
I heard it the whole way up the road.
Wow. Look at you.
You don't own a cowboy hat, do you?
No, I don't.
Just checking.
Did you hear the story about the naked cowboy at the frat party?
Yes, I heard
Yeah.
it. I'm not surprised after some of the stuff I've seen when I've been out there.
Oh, I'm sure.
And you don't do crack on the weekends,
Yeah,
right?
you don't do crack.
You want to do a drug test on me, you won't find nothing like that in me.
We're just trying to do process of elimination here for the story.
We're just making sure it wasn't you.
Yeah.
Now, Cameron, you didn't go to West Virginia University, but you've been there.
Yeah.
What is their mascot? Is the Mountaineers?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
You've never seen him be the Mountaineer. He was like the Mountaineer. Remember that? You have that picture. Yeah.
It's on my Facebook.
Oh, I've seen the picture. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I thought you meant in person that he did it. I was like, holy man, I wish I'd seen that. All right, well, so good.
Practically did. I have a whole outfit.
You do, yeah. All right. So what were you talking about in there with Paige?
We're just talking about
school?
college. Yeah.
Talking about General Jackson.
You were were you boring her with Civil War stuff?
No, I was not.
She doesn't care. She was. They're all nodding their head. Oh my God. What were you saying?
I was just telling about an experience I had with one of the homeless people out there one time.
Oh, so it's like a thing out there. Homeless crackheads?
Well,
This guy thought he was Stonewall Jackson?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, because I had a union uniform on, but my beard at the time was down to here.
Uh-huh.
And I was dressed as Colonel Snyder of the 7th.
Of course.
For a special event we were doing out there.
Right. And he said, "Who are you, Stonewall Jackson?"
And I started talking to him, and the guys grabbed me and said, "Yeah, no, don't talk to him."
Oh yeah. You look like Robert Redford in Mountain Men.
Dude, he does look like old Robbie Redford.
Yeah. Good for you. All right, Cam.
What is that? Jedediah.
Oh, that's what it was. Jeremiah Jones.
Johnson.
Yeah, Jeremiah Johnson Jones. So you still doing the weight loss stuff?
Yep.
Still exercising and dieting and everything like that? Great. Where are we going to dinner?
I don't know.
Oh, somebody actually had a point. They're encouraging you to start doing that again.
What?
Saying like where the dinner plans are going to be on Thursday nights.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, then we got to decide that. It's, every time I tried to do it on the show, everybody'd be like, I don't know. So I gave it up. All right, well, let's try it. Veronica, where do we want to go to dinner?
I'm not tonight. I can't.
go.
I have motions to file
I have
tomorrow
motion
morning.
sickness. I can't go to dinner.
Work to do.
Okay.
What
All right.
is
You
it
can't
with
go
you
to
tonight. You're picking at everybody.
Yeah, quit picking at everybody.
What did we? That's what we do. What are you talking about?
You look so offended.
Yeah. It's like, go to hell. Cam, what's your vote?
Whatever. I don't care.
Colby?
I'm going home, man.
Oh my God.
I got
you
a
guys.
home cooked meal.
Debbie, Cindy, girls.
If you do something quick.
Yeah, let's do
like
something quick.
Montezuma's or something.
Let's go to Zooms. I like that. Let's go to Zooms.
It's already 7:30.
Everybody likes Zooms.
It's already 7:30.
Yeah.
So, okay.
They close at 9:30, something like that. We can get, but they're so fast.
I know.
I love Montezuma's.
'Cause we gotta eat anyway,
Yeah, we
so-
do have to eat, and I'm starving.
No, Mom and I have to eat.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was saying. But if you can
Tell Kathy to start walking. You can pick her up on the way.
This is not a.
I walk every evening just about.
Yeah. So tell Kathy Cam does it.
Well, so I can't when I'm done with officially with the park for the season. I'll be able. Not yet.
When he's done.
I'll be able to start walking more before daylight on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Right now, I have to go to the town park.
Oh,
It's getting
yeah.
dark
It's getting
quickly.
it
It was
is.
like 6:30 the other day. It was dark.
Hey, you better make sure you don't miss DC in a couple weeks. I'm already got my place reserved down there.
Remind me when that is.
October 20th, 21st, 22nd.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
I'm going sailing on my last weekend with the Park Service.
Sailing takes me away to Baltimore.
And while I'm down there,
I wanted you to sing, and we finally got another one, dude.
and while,
You know he's gonna
while
make.
I'm
You
down
know he's
there,
gonna make that into a bite.
I'm going to be checking out the new
Veronica's greatest hits.
Poor Christopher Cross, man.
I'm going to be checking out the new the Expedition Titanic exhibit they got down there. At
What,
the
of the
National
crushed
Harbor.
sub that just went down there?
No.
That'd be impressive.
That used a
Oh, Ma.
PlayStation 2 remote
They
control.
got
Where is that?
It's at the National Harbor. There, it's been getting advertised like crazy on Facebook.
I'd like to see that.
It's
Does it have actual artifacts from the Titanic?
Yes,
Yeah,
there's over
they had it in
200.
Tampa when I was young. Like when I was in middle school, that was down in Tampa, Florida, and I had gone to it on a field trip. It is pretty freaking cool.
So while I'm down there working with the ship that weekend, after my hours, I'm going to go and. There's a swamp dragon. Oh my!
See, that's much like, to me, that's much like seeing or like rubbing Patty O'Rourke's nose or putting your finger in the bullet hole of like Jenny Wade. These people die.
I know.
I'm not so sure I want to go see I don't know. Maybe that's.
No,
I like going
know.
to hear the stories.
Okay.
Of the people and the.
I just wanted to go see it because of the movie.
Yeah. You want to see where Rose stood at the bow.
I wanted to see where that picture was drawn, dude.
Look, Jack, I'm flying. Where the picture was done.
Oh my.
You like that,
Oh
Cam?
my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
All right. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. Don't forget, tune in next week because that's Ronnie's last show. We're going to sing sad songs to her the whole time. Colby's going to do one. I'm going to do one. Cam's going to come in and do one.
Sing.
Thank you, Paige, for coming on and letting me mess with you, and we'll talk to you later.
Mess with you, you
Today is produced by Matt Callery and Veronica Breztensky Esquire and broadcasts from the Gettysburg Museum of History Studios. Engineered by Colby Sumner and sometimes someone else. Guest accommodations are provided by the guests themselves. Who are we? Vanderbilts? But if you want us to take better care of them, become a patron at patreon.com/addressing Gettysburg. I'm
Bonfire.
Buenos Grande, the voice of Addressing Gettysburg.
No!
Thanks for listening.
A unicorn? It keeps falling off. Oh, shit.
Goddamn son of a bitch.
Oh man, I forgot about Delilah.
Woo! Oh my God! They're thinking this. Oh, it's so unnatural, and this is going to look horrible, and this is bad, and how can they do that? That looks slippery, and this looks bad, and that's a bad color. And oh my God! You sexist bitch! I love this podcast. You bitches up for food?
This concludes our broadcast day.